Okay, part 3. In this video I'm going to post screenshots from a medical test. And so this is part 3 of my series on responding to false accusers. So I got committed to a psych ward for observation violation based off of things that some people have said about me. And like basically accusing me of being crazy. And I got taken to a psych ward and by a SWAT team. They just showed up and that surprised me. And I got taken to a psych ward. And long story short, they let me go, and to the doctor's credit, he didn't lie and say that I'm insane. So he talked to me, I talked to the doctor and the psychologist, and I was in there for observation, and they deemed me to not be actually insane. Okay, so to their credit, they didn't lie about me. Now, before that, like the first few hours of being committed to the psych ward, you see a doctor, a nurse, and they do a health checkup on you. Anything like blood pressure, pulse, blood oxygenation, and things like this. And they administered like a full panel drug test, and there were no signs of drugs in my system. I mean, they tested me for every drug known to man, okay? And it's negative, negative, negative. So negative means no signs of it. So if you test for a disease, it comes back negative. If you test for AIDS, let's say, and it says negative, that means there's no signs of AIDS. So the negative is a positive then, understand? So if you get tested, get a drug test, and it tests for cocaine, it says negative, that means there were no signs of cocaine. If it says positive, that means there were signs. So negative for a person like me being tested for drugs is a positive, because I'm not on drugs and I like to be able to prove it. So negative is a positive, okay? Meaning if you want to prove you're not on drugs, a test that says all negative on all these drugs, that's a positive, because negative means there's no signs of drugs in your system. So I got to post screens from my health checkup, the drug test, and they all say negative, and even the alcohol. I mean, there were no signs of alcohol in the breathalyzer test. So if I was a drug head all these years, why wouldn't this test show any signs of drugs in my system? And this was unprepared, which is surprising to me. The SWAT team is here, take me to the psych ward, I had to do drug tests. So if I was a drug head all these years, why wasn't there any signs of drugs in my system? So the blacked out part is the doctor's name, so I'm not looking to dox the doctor.